Hey there everyone, welcome back to Gamevine, and again I have Chris Earls joining me on today's review of Tsuro from Calliope Games.
I'm back.
Yep, welcome back Chris. And so Tsuro is a insanely simple tile laying game.
Way easy, yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than this.
It's about, well, the theme is about dragons and they're flying around, and essentially they don't want to fly into the forbidden zone, which is
just the end of the board. That is it. Yeah.
And so that's where the theme stops, and the dragons don't actually look like dragons, but
No.
that doesn't mean this is a bad game, or it could. So let's show you what comes in the box and show you how to play.
Boom.
So the first content that we have here is the elaborate board. It has like this kind of phoenix background and it has the paths from where they're going to be started. Of course we have the tiles, and they come in all different kind of paths, and this is going to matter when you start to play the game, and there's a whole bunch of those. The other tile we have here is the start player marker. Lastly we have the dragons. It's kind of like acrylic, right? I'm not really sure. It's plastic of sorts. And the last few things we have are the rule book and this kind of wax paper that they added for no reason. They just added this. So now let's show you how to play this game. So you'll start the game by picking your dragon, and then you'll hand out 3 tiles to each player. Now you'll be able to look at these. This is kind of a hand of tiles, and on your turn you're going to be playing one of these. But before you do that, you want to put your dragon on the board. Now these paths here are what it's going to start on, and each player will do that. We'll have this set up for a 2-player game, and simply what you do on your turn is thus. You just take one of these tiles and you put it down here, and you continue the dragon along the path. Now that wouldn't be a smart thing. I probably would continue to go towards the middle of the board, and you just keep following it here, and then you will draw back up to 3 tiles. So you'll continue to do this process, laying down tiles in front of your dragon, because that's where you have to place the tiles, and then you'll draw up and the next person will continue to go. The things that you have to keep in mind though, say if there is somebody right here, and I have my dragon right here, I will be moving them. Now on your turn, normally you're always moving your dragon, but if this so happens that they are also on the tile that you're going to be placing, they will be moving as well. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is if any 2 dragons do collide at one point, they both are eliminated from the game. So again, you'll continue to do this process, laying down tiles, drawing them until everybody is eliminated except for 1 dragon, and they are the best dragon. Me and Chris are going to do a time lapse so you can see what the board looks like with a whole bunch of tiles. Alright, so now we've reached the point where somebody's pretty much going to die. It's my turn, and I can only place right here, which inevitably I don't have any pieces that can be placed without me going off the board, which will eliminate me. Now again, you cannot place a tile if you go off the board unless there are no other options. So there are no other options for me, and that dragon has flown into the forbidden zone, and Chris wins. Now to recap, again, you are eliminated if you go off the board, you are eliminated if you crash into another player, and that will end the game. So with that being said, now let's give this game a grade and tell you what we think. So that's Tsuro in a nutshell, and we're going to be giving this game a letter grade and a percentage. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure, I can go first.
Okay.
I'll give it a thumbs up. It's a quick tile laying game. A little bit of strategy involved, trying to move your piece without falling off.
Right, and it's really hard to see in the future too, because sometimes you can place a piece and just be
and not realize it at all. It's a look of the draw too.
Mm-hmm.
When you draw the tile, deciding on how you place that tile without falling off. Because like you said when he was explaining the rules, once the tile's placed, that's it. So it's a little It's fun. It's just a little
It's light.
light, very very light.
Now you actually bought this game.
I did, yeah.
But I would say it's kind of a winner. Now my grade that I'm going to be giving, as I do normally, is percentage, and I settled on a 73 for this game, and that's a lower C. But this, like we said before, is a light tile laying
Very
game.
light, yeah.
And say you have a person in your group that doesn't know tile laying at all.
Right.
Now Carcassonne is one of the most famous versions
Yes.
of tile laying,
Yes.
and I would say that does have some kind of high complexity to it, and this one would be the one I would go to for gateway game tile.
For tiling.
Yeah,
for
for tiling.
Because this is very super simple for tiling.
And you can play this, and then you say, "Oh, do you like this? Let's play this game called
Let's try another
Carcassonne."
one. Right.
Yeah, and that would be perfect. There is a second edition to this. Well, it's more of a kind of a different version. It's a C one.
Oh, with the boats.
And
yeah.
it's more produced. It has better components. Now, these components are good. They're
Yeah, they weren't bad. They
they're
were
not
very
bad.
very simple.
And pretty, very
Yes,
pretty.
very.
Though the next one does take it up a few notches and kind of gamerizes
With
it
this,
a little
yeah.
bit. Though again, this one is a good one. I would recommend this for not the heavy gamer in your
Right.
life, but for
Right.
somebody that just kind of wants to dabble in games. This is a great time.
That really wants to try the tiling game that hasn't played a tile game before.
Yeah, and I mean, I find myself wanting to bring this out just when I want to
Yeah.
turn my brain off, you know.
Right.
And I just
Because you don't want to try and think too far ahead. You do and you don't.
Yeah.
It can hurt you in the long run.
Yeah. So there's not much more I can say about this simple tile laying game. I know we said that a whole bunch, tile
Right,
laying
simple
game, but that's
tile,
what
yeah.
it is. And the theme isn't too thick. The components are pretty good.
Yep.
The originality is decent, and the replayability of this game is so-so.
Right.
So that's why it sits at a 73 for me. A good game, but not a great one.
Just a thumbs up. man.
So that's all I really say. I mean, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good. I think we covered it.
And thank you so much for tuning in to today's review of Tsuro. Really do appreciate it. I've been Dave.
I'm Chris.
Until the next time that we see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. You're able to hear on the Game Vine. We're out.
Boom.
Bye, Tsuro.
Right.